Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be building Raindrop 11, and unlike the last few times, I already know what I'm going to be doing. I have over an hour to build. So we've basically taken the entire eastern section of the island at this point. We didn't go all the way down southeast, but we can say Blue forces have been down there. So we've pushed all the way up northeast, and today's mission I'm going to have as an assault on the airfield. I'm going to have it heavily defended. But for the Raindrop, I'm going to give the guys leading a lot of support. I'm going to give them gunship support and artillery support and stuff like that. So what I'm going to be doing for the majority of the time is putting H-barriers around the airfield. So let's get started. Actually, since I have the time, I think I'm going to back out and I'm going to put all these sandbags down in the editor, because then I can just copy and paste, because it's going to take me forever to do it in the 3D editor. So let's do that. Let's abort. And we're going up here, and we want H-barrier large around the entire area. So we want empty, fortifications, objects fortifications, and then we want, and we'll just run it parallel to the road. Copy, paste. And of course, copy and pasting is why I'm doing this in the editor. Because once you get 9 put down, you copy all of them, and as you can see, the more you have set down, the easier it becomes to copy and paste. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure that that's looking correct, so I'll move my player up to there. Okay, let's get a bird's eye view of it a little bit. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go out to here, and then we'll run up along this wall. Actually, we can just do the sandbags here, going this way, and then back towards the airfield. Okay, so we'll do the sandbags around this compound, and then along this entire road, and then along the back of the airfield, and then up along this road. So that'll be less than I originally thought. So instead of going this way, we're going to rotate, and we're going to go back this way. Alright, before we get too carried away, let's preview again. I don't know why it suddenly got foggy. Where are we? Alright. And we just want to make sure that there's no breaks in the barrier anywhere. So that's looking good. It's all looking good. So the H barriers. Alright, that's pretty simple. It's just a bunch of H barriers, but that would have taken me forever to do in the 3D editor. Let's actually make sure that this goes all the way down in the water. And I guess I can actually put them all the way down in the water because then they'll just go underwater. It won't make a difference. And one more preview, and then we'll save and get back into the multiplayer map. And now you can see the entire airfield has H barrier coverage, except for a few key points, and that's where we'll make all of our roadblocks. So we'll have a roadblock here. Alright, we'll put the motor pool over here. So let's back out. And we want empty vehicles, so empty cars, Ifrits and trucks, what is it, the Zarnak covered, CSAT. Okay, and we'll place them randomly around. Then I said we'd put the rest of them here, just off the runway. Oh, I didn't see this little fence. I know there was space right here. Problem solved. Put trucks here. Let's see. 2 lines of vehicles. Copy. Whoops, that was not the copy button. Alright, now to make sure we want some randomly parked Ifrits also in here. Oh, I wanted some aircraft, of course, aircraft. So empty helicopters. And preview. Log in through the editor, check it here. The wall is still intact. Now you can see the vehicles. I sort of parked them around. Now I wonder, can I delete something? I can. So even if stuff is pre-placed with the 3D editor, I can delete it. Alright, that's good to know. And there's the motor pool. Doesn't look too bad. And the helicopter's parked, looks fine. The jet's in there. These vehicles are out here. And now it's time to build the mission. So let's back out. Now we can build the mission. So we want 3D editor. And right here. So let's build those FOBs first. So we want CSAT. What is all this stuff? Jesus. CSAT. Dock. We want FOB small. And remember, we need to turn the arrow slightly to the left to make sure it builds towards the front. I'm a little bit worried about this rock being in the middle of FOB. But I'll just delete anything around it. Alright. So, with the arrow slightly to the left, pull back, and I think the center of the FOB should be about right here. And hit spacebar to build it, and see how badly it messes up. And while that one's building, I'm going to build another one, same FOB type, right over here. This thing's actually in the way. So let's delete that. We'll do it again. DOC FOB small. Apply. And I want to make sure to have this pointing slightly to the left. And pull back to where I think the center of the FOB is going to be. And build it. And check this one. And it didn't. So that was too far to the left. That's annoying. That was probably going to be too far to the left also. So I'll just delete everything here. So FOB small, apply. So we want it only very slightly to the left. Very slightly. Alright, now let's try again. And what about this one? This one built a little bit more squarely, so we'll leave that there. Oh wow, that one built quickly, and it looks straight on. Outstanding. So that's good. We got the 2 FOBs now, the motor pool, all the empty vehicles, so now all I have to do is add bad guys. Oh, let's just fucking get to it. So we want infantry, riflemen, standing, stand up, add, apply, and let us put riflemen fucking everywhere. Alright, so now I've done all the riflemen. I've got probably about 50 riflemen down, so I'm going to do automatic riflemen now, because those are the ones that actually have the good range. Alright, that's enough marksmen. Now what do I want to do? Static weapons. Put a few static weapons down. So I want, instead of infantry, I want static. Track static, and it should be the raised 50. Apply. So now I think the last thing I need to do is build the roadblocks and then do the patrols. So let's go ahead and build the roadblocks. So we want fortifications. Apply. Default fortification is the one that I always want. Alright, that's 4 tanks. Took me a couple minutes just to put down 4 tanks. 4 heavy bunkers. Now let's put guys inside the bunkers and then do the patrols and we'll be done. I think what I might do if I feel the need for a counterattack is I'll pull in, of course they never ever fire, but I'll pull in the amphibious APCs from the water and I'll have them come up from the water back here. So the last thing we need to do is fill up those bunkers. So let's back to infantry, and this time we'll do marksman and auto riflemen. They might have a little bit of a longer range, so they'll actually shoot farther. So where is our marksman? There he was. Marksman, stand up, add, apply. Alright, we've got a good solid front line. We've got a bunker there with a tank facing that way, a bunker there with a tank facing that way. All of the guys, the static weapons and whatnot, should be able to shoot in any direction that the attack comes from. What else? There's one last thing I need to do. Oh, I need to make the patrols. So I'm going to go back and create a zone. And since I haven't had to dick with zones at all yet, we'll just make zone 1. We'll make zone 1 the entire, well, we don't want it to be in the water, so let's make it the entire, there we go. So that covers the occupied area of the airfield. And we've got groups, and we want aggressive, which is default, and I want how many squads? I'll do 2 squads, 4 fire teams, and 4 sentries. So in this whole big grid, which is about a kilometer by kilometer, I should have just spawned all those units. Let's double check, see if we can spot any of them. There's that, well, that was supposed to be an HMG team, but I don't see the MG on top. And there's one of the fire teams, there's another one of the fire teams. put down singles, vehicles, HMG, and I'll put 1, 2, 3 HMGs and 1 GMG, because these guys know we are coming, so they are fully functional. And there's one of the gun trucks. And I'm sure all of these vehicles will blow themselves up independently by the time we actually get here. There's one of the rifle squads. And like I got that marksman up here and a couple of auto riflemen. But we shall see. So that's the whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build. I did a little bit in the editor today. I built the H-Bear around the entire airfield, so we have to funnel ourselves in through a few different areas. I filled up almost every single building with at least one rifleman. I put some marksmen on the roof. I put some static guns in elevated positions. This guy. I put tanks. There's 4 tanks in the airfield. There's vehicles patrolling around. And hopefully they don't run their friends over. I don't even know. And we got the motor pool. We got those vehicles. My main concern is that these guys patrolling are going to go jump in these vehicles, but that's why I didn't put any vehicles down with weapons, because I want that tightly controlled. Let's see what happens here. My god, they actually didn't crash. Alright, I'm going to look away before they do crash, so I don't have to get mad. And you see, I manned all the walls, manned the ramparts with snipers and machine guns. So all in all, it should be a pretty good, intense mission, regardless of how many people show up, because I'm going to give them the tools to deal with these. I'm going to give them mortars, 155mm mortars. And I'm going to let them call in CAS, which is going to be controlled by the AI. So it should be an interesting mission. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build it. And thanks for watching.
We're still taking a lot of fire from the northwest there.
The chopper spooled up.
One to the northwest, we'll